Calden. The female was bold. He wasn't surprised. Nothing about her surprised him. Not her flaming hair, nor her lean muscles softened by feminine curves. When he walked in, she'd made herself as comfortable as she possibly could have in his suite. She was in his bathing pool, the red mane knotted on top of her head. There was some black fabric on the floor, indicating that she'd gone in completely naked. His fist clenched, along with every other muscle in his entire body. He hit it effectively. Calden had spent the last fortnight faking indifference, and the practice served him well. "Lena Smith," Jason called next to him, something between exasperation and amusement in his tone.
"Shh,"
she replied.
"This is the bomb, and you are not ruining it for me."
Jason was smiling. It was all Calden could do to prevent himself from growling. The familiarity between his old friend and his mate was not to his liking. My mate. He hadn't questioned or denied it after the initial shock. He even found some logic behind it. While Calden was more of a soldier and politician than an idealist, or even a scientist for that matter, Claytons of his rank studied every single subject, so he knew the legends. The Claytons had written about their mates as though their existence had been a fait accompli until 2,000 years ago, and there had been no records since. No one currently alive believed that their race came in mated pairs, but there was the proof. A system implanted in every medical database on Earth tested every blood sample and reported the results to their biotechnicians. They scanned for some individuals, the known terrorists who attacked every Clayton outpost they could reach, for one. Apparently, they'd also been scanning for a breeder compatible to him. Calden couldn't recall authorizing such a venture, but someone had pressed the button, and here they were. As Emperor, he had 3 breeders in his household, but he hadn't even attempted to procreate with any of them. Their compatibility was under 2%. It wasn't worth the effort. Somewhere at the back of his mind, he told himself he'd try for an heir when he found a decent match. 5 to 10%, if he got lucky. The highest record had been 12%, so he couldn't possibly hope for more. Lena Smith was a 100% match. Everyone believed it was an error because the system was attempting to match them to an ideal, something that didn't exist, their mate. But there she was, in the flesh. It made sense, too. 2,000 years ago, male and female Claytons had stopped breeding. They had sex, but purely recreationally. The following generations of females had been created unable to conceive children. It was somewhat logical that nature would have ceased matching them with barren females. But Lena Mary Smith was a breeder, a currently fertile, soft, delicious breeder, and she was all his. Mine, mine, mine.